Thank you so much, Anne. My name is Bill Hood, and I have been fortunate enough to be coming to this space for the last number of years and made a number of very good friends here. We are called the Gram Partisans, and before I introduce the people, I just want to tell you that we acknowledge that we are meeting on the ancestral, traditional, and stolen territories of the Coast Salish people, specifically the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh. They have continuously inhabited these territories for at least 5,000 years, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to live, work, raise our families, and create community on this land. We also recognize that Canada was built on the attempted destruction of Indigenous people and the theft of their land. We also recognize that stating a land acknowledgement is actually just the first step in recognizing our shared history with Indigenous people, which is important to members of the Gram Partisans. We recognize the ongoing marginalization of, discrimination against First Nations people all across Canada, and we support the truth and reconciliation process, and we pledge our collective efforts to resist the colonial heritage and practices within our midst. We have Alan Zisman on the accordion, Jack McDermot on the violin, Phil, Georgina Arntzen on the mandolin and vocals, and Michel Drouin on the bass. And most of us were elementary school teachers, and that's sort of how we met in the past. I think, Jack, you worked here for 5 years?
Yeah, I worked next door over there for 5 years.
And so the songs that we play focus on issues of love, solidarity, and social justice for all. In particular, we take a look at the connections between love and solidarity and the importance of a person's determination to be ready to listen, learn, and have the resilience required to be there when, where, and how you may be needed. As a result of my experiences learning from the elders in the group at Britannia's Weaving Community together, a number of the current songs that we're playing today focus on issues related to learning about and trying to understand and working to support struggles for social justice, particularly for Indigenous people. Some of the songs that we're going to play, therefore, talk about difficult events in our past and our shared history, and embrace the struggle for truth, hope, and optimism about the future we're building together. So hopefully that makes sense. The first song we're going to play for you is by a Tsimshian musician, lives up north of Prince Rupert in a place called Gitksan. And the song is called Old Hazelton, and it's about it's about a guy named Simon Gunaroot, who was an Indigenous trapper who lived up near Hazelton in the early 1900s, and he was falsely accused of a double murder in 1906. And rather than face what he knew to be the unfair justice that he was going to get in the court of law, he took off, and he lived on the land for 13 years. Eventually, through support and encouragement, he was convinced to turn himself back in, and he did, and the Pinkertons were trying to catch him, all kinds of things, and he was acquitted, and went on to live a healthy, long life with his family. So the song is called Old Hazelton. Old Hazelton. There's horses in the stable, outfitted with tack. Gotta take what I can, 'cause I know I can't come back from the water of the Skeena out to Telegraph Creek. Try as they will, they won't find that soul they seek. And that old Hazelton will be the death of me. Gotta leave old Hazelton before the law finds me. Smoke lingers in the air with liquor all over the floor. Bottle of whiskey into this, and you know he still wants more. He's been giving lip to everyone Hazelton will be the death of me. Gotta leave old Hazelton before the law finds me. And that old Hazelton will be the death of me. Gotta leave old Hazelton before the law finds me. Thank you very kindly. I don't think I told you the name of the guy who wrote that song. His name is Jeremy Paul, and he goes by the name of Saltwater Hank. And he's got a new record coming out in May, and we hope very much that he's going to come to town. And if he comes to town, it would be awesome to see if he could come play here, play a couple songs. So we should keep our fingers crossed.